Okay, everyone. This is going to be a little bit out of sync here with the game and this, but today we're going to be seeing what happens when the planets move just slightly closer to the sun. And I'm just going to be using the ability to be able to just delete the planets and actually just place them closer to the sun in orbit. And this is going to be a little weird. I got my little ghetto mic set up here. I got my phone for face cam. I'm trying to do face cam now so that you guys can see my beautiful face, my hair. Um, Right here we have the laptop with the game. You guys can see it right there. So we're going to be trying this out. I'm definitely thinking Mars is probably going to benefit from this when it becomes terraforming Mars. But Earth is going to be a little screwed because it's going to get closer and hotter. Venus and Mercury really aren't going to matter. They're still both going to be the hottest planets in the solar system. But let's try this out. I'm leaning kind of this way so I could talk into the mic and it'll pick up the audio. So we're going to try this out here. Of course, pausing it. First, we'll start with Mercury. We're going to go ahead and pull up Mercury right here. Let's see if I click delete. That'll delete Mercury. Move it just a little bit closer to the sun. Then we'll go ahead with Venus here. We're going to go ahead and add a Venus. So we'll go ahead and add it just like right there. So delete and add. Now Earth. So we're going to want to do this with Earth. And then I'll go ahead and grab Earth. Alright, first of all, I'm going to have all the orbits visible so I can do this one more easily. Delete. Okay, we'll bring it in maybe probably where Venus was, so Earth is probably going to heat up like crazy. And we'll have Mars here. Now, I'm thinking if I'm just going to do this with the regular rocky planets, because when it comes to like Jupiter and everything, we're talking more the planets, the two main planets that we can definitely have a chance of terraforming, and that's Mars and Earth. I just want to see what happens to life, how Earth is going to heat up, how Mars is going to heat up. The four main rocky planets, I think the only four rocky planets in our solar system that aren't dwarf planets, we're just gonna see what happens to them. So I'm definitely gonna move this in just a tad, maybe where Earth used to be, and we'll go ahead and click delete. Bye bye Mars, and we'll go ahead and fix that. So now we can see what will happen to Earth, because it's actually definitely heating up. The snow is melting, so I definitely expected this out of Earth to heat up like this. Of course, our polar caps are gonna melt. Look at that, they're gonna melt. Okay, no, the seasons are actually staying, so Earth is it's still heating up, but will it stay comfortable or will it turn into a horrible Venus 2.0 like it plans to further in the future, but early? Like, say something happened in our planet's orbit just shifted closer to the sun, like all of the planets just shifted closer. What would happen here? Like, definitely curious. So, actually, Earth is staying quite comfortable, so. No, okay, it's going up. It's actually going up. It's still comfortable at the moment. We probably won't notice the change real quickly. It goes 15 days a second. Mars is still cold AF, so we'll definitely bring up time. We'll go like years. We'll just go by like 5 years a second, just so we can really get a kind of thing here. So we can see, well, Mars is actually cooling down, or is heating up. I want to see Earth here. Jeez. Yep, Earth isn't gonna be in the best of conditions. Definitely not. No polar caps. Our polar bears are dead. They come back every now and then, but we pretty much just let global warming do it to itself. Pretty much by the planet moving closer, just did it to itself. So we definitely screwed that. I want to see how hotter Venus is, because Venus doesn't really matter, but okay, no clouds. It's actually probably burning away the atmosphere. Okay, I'm actually moving it. There's nothing to see. It's all one texture now, so the atmosphere is probably burning away. I want to see that. Is our atmospheric mass going to go down? No, it's not. I'm surprised. I thought it'd be stripped of its atmosphere just from all the heat. Let's see, Mercury's heated up quite a bit, so any chance we had with Venus or Mercury is probably done. I mean, Earth is done for sure. Look at it, it's just heating up. This is pretty hot. Or is this just gonna be it for now? Is it gonna stay like that? I think it's finally reached its final temperature point, but our polar caps are gone, so things are gonna be flooded more. And we've already lost quite a few species of animals probably like that. I'm looking at the screen like I'm not doing face cam. I'm sorry. But like we've probably already lost polar bears and other animals that live there, probably penguins and crap. So we done screwed the pooch here. Earth is done. And it wouldn't even be our fault if that happened. I mean, I don't see how humans could cause the planets to shift like that. Um, Mars is still cooling down quite slowly, or it's heating up quite slowly. I don't know how the polar caps are doing here. I'm not going to add any water because I'm not adding anything to the planets. First watching what would happen. If the polar caps on here melt, I don't think water will form in the game, but in real life, yes, water would form. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this with Jupiter, Saturn, and we're not going to worry about the dwarf planets, even though those would shift closer if everything else did, because just because they're dwarf planets doesn't mean they don't exist anymore. They'd still shift. But we're just going to stay to the planets that we actually rely on here, and that would be our main 8, I think it is, planets. So those are the ones we're relying on. So we'll go ahead and move Jupiter in closer. Right in there. Right in our asteroid belt. Okay, then we'll take Saturn. Did I just delete Saturn? I did. Okay, so then we can just take Saturn. Move it a little closer like that. We'll take Uranus. And we'll move this in a bit closer. Bye-bye. These planets are kind of tilted a bit, but that's not going to affect it. I wouldn't think it would affect the way they work. So they're not going to be tilted when I replace them like this. They're going to be completely like aligned. So I'll go ahead and just move this in like that. Alright. Now we'll go from Jupiter and take a look, see what's different about our gas giants here. Our gas friends. The angry planets. They're big and fat and angry. Got high winds and they're really powerful, so they're like angry or something. Doesn't matter. They're still cold AF. I mean, I don't think we'll notice any changes with them unless we take a look beforehand, which is a bit too late. But they're definitely going to be cold AF. I don't know. We'll give Saturn its rings and hope they don't fly off in every different direction. Saturn. Okay, that was worth a shot, but they're going to fly off. But still, I don't know. So all the planets are tilted, but I mean, their orbits aren't tilted. So that's probably going to screw our other planets. Earth is probably still habitable for people. It's just going to be different, you know? So that's not much of a worry there. I mean, it is and it isn't. I'm sure by the time any of that happened, we'd be living in either in a different system, or we'd all be dead, or we'd be on Mars or some different planet. Maybe the moon of Saturn, I think it is. Whatever Titan is. I think Titan is our chance. It might be Titan. We'll take a look at the moons because I'll know. I think it's, yeah, Titan is our chance of life too. Titan we have a better chance of living on than we do Mars because it has a magnetic field. Or no, it doesn't. It relies on Saturn's or Jupiter's, whichever one it's orbiting, magnetic field to protect it from UV rays, or I think that's what it is. And it has a thick enough atmosphere. It has water on it, so you could melt that and we'd have oceans and stuff. So that's already like perfect. It would create oxygen doing all that. So that's like perfect by itself already. So really we'd be fine there. Whereas Mars doesn't have a magnetic field, so if I was just to give it a huge thick atmosphere, it would be stripped of its atmosphere within just a few years because the solar winds would strip it of its atmosphere to eat it away. If we turn on magnetosphere actually, it's not going to show one because it doesn't have one. But if we went over to Earth and had Earth turn on its magnetosphere. You can see we're going to see that, and that's the reason we haven't lost our atmosphere yet, because of that. Scientists don't know what causes it. They think that it's all the liquid iron on the planet, but then when iron gets to a certain temperature, it loses magnetic field to it. So we just don't know, and we probably never will know what really causes it, at least not for a long time. But then scientists think if they put like a real long copper wire all the way around Mars, we could create an artificial magnetic field. But that would take a while. But if that's actually possible, it's kind of crazy. But if they could do that, that'd be pretty cool. I mean, it's no rush. Earth is still fine, but we're gonna need something like that to help us like soon. So we'll just turn all that off. And I don't think anything's really happening. They're still cold AF. They're just our ice giants are fine. Moving them in closer hasn't done anything. I don't know. Our ice giants are still ice giants. They're still way below 0. So I honestly think we just heated up Earth, which is the only real issue this caused here, because that's going to affect life. Okay. And Mars hasn't heated up that much, so we'd still have to do quite a bit to live on Mars. So honestly, we'd be better off finding a different system or a moon to live on, because this didn't do anything. And whether it helped us or didn't help us, it's still bad that our planets just shifted closer. I just wanted to see what happened. It's a cool experiment. It's pretty stupid, but it was just cool to see what would happen if something like that were to happen, if our planets were to just shift closer to the sun. And if you guys have any good suggestions for me, please let me know in the description. I'd love to hear something from you guys. What would you guys suggest for me to do on this game? Please let me know. So I'm going to cut it off here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please click that like button. I'll definitely try to have a Sandbox, so Let's Explore video out tomorrow. I might even record that right after this and release it tomorrow, but I'm releasing this tonight, so I'm going to cut it off here. So peace.